I want you to think of the results that you're getting right now. And then think of where you'd like to go with respect to money. In other words, the star that you would like to shoot at. Do you know that hardly anyone really understands money? Which is the probable reason there's so few people make a lot of money. 3% of the population earn about 97% of all the money. Do you know, for years I struggled and struggled. I thought the answer was work hard. The answer is not work hard at all. In fact, Napoleon Hill said, if you are one of those people who believe that hard work and honesty alone will bring riches, perish the thought, because it's not true. He said, riches, when they come in huge quantities, are never the result of hard work. Riches come, if they come at all, in response to definite demands based upon the application of definite principles and not by chance or luck. In 1968, I sat in the kitchen of Lloyd Conant, the partner of Earl Nightingale Conant. And I was working for him, and I said, Lloyd, how did you start this company? Because they didn't start a company, they literally started an industry. They started the motivation, self-help business as we know it today. And he said, well, I read a little green book all weekend. All of a sudden, I wasn't interested in how he started the company. I wanted to know what the little green book was. And he gave me a copy. That was in 1968. The book was The Science of Getting Rich. And you know, there is an absolute science to getting rich. If you would really like to multiply your income, if you want to change things like night and day, you want to get this program. This is, without question, one of the most phenomenal programs that you'll ever find. Do you know, I started to study that book in 1968. I have taught the program all over the world, but I've studied it like a scientist, inside out. It's helped me earn millions of dollars. I'm just an ordinary guy, never really went to school, didn't have any formal education, but I learned how to earn money. And you know, I can teach you how to earn money. I have taken the science of getting rich and I've turned it into a program that will literally shift your consciousness with respect to money. Do you know the movie The Secret, the runaway bestseller? Rhonda Byrne made that movie, and it was founded on the science of getting rich. It was the book that inspired her. 500 million people have been moved from that movie. Well, do you know something? The Science of Getting Rich program will explain in detail how you can truly get rich. And I'm not talking just about riches with family and feeling and relationships. That is very important. I'm talking specifically about money. School doesn't teach us how to earn money. Oddly enough, they just don't. And very few people know. I know, and I can show you. I do it, and I can show you how to do it. Do you know, I really believe I'd earned over $1 million, and I thought, how did this happen? Do you see, I've been raised to believe if you're going to earn a lot of money, you've got to be really smart. Well, I knew I wasn't that smart, but I was earning a lot of money. I did not believe that there was an emotional or capricious God that reached down and said, let Bob. I didn't believe that. I didn't think I was lucky. But I really didn't know what I was doing. There was a lot of people doing what I was doing that weren't winning. I'm going to do that as soon as the kids are out of school. That's not going to do it. I'm going to start my own business as soon as I get the money. And you know, you do that, and pretty soon the decision fades, and then the goal fades. Why? Well, you didn't get the money, so you couldn't do it. Problem was, you didn't have the money. You talk to anybody that's high in finance, and they'll tell you the money is never the problem. Ideas are the problem. You got the right idea, you'll always find the money. Well, you see, we're thinking down here on this frequency. Your mind and your thoughts are down here on this frequency. What you want is up here on a higher frequency. You cannot get what you want up there while your thoughts are down here. Your mind and thoughts must focus on the same frequency as what you want. If you want it, it's already here. And you make a decision, it's got to be a committed decision. You say, I'm doing that. Now, the second you make a committed decision, everything starts to change. You begin to think and act like the person you want to become. You stop thinking down there, you're thinking up here now. You're thinking on a higher frequency. Want is the only prerequisite for making a decision. Doesn't matter whether you have the money. Do you really want it? If you really want it, you will get it. But you've got to really want it. Yet you also have to understand that everything you need is here. But you've got to be specific. You could be a waiter, somebody leaves you a nice tip, you got more money. That's not it. You got to be specific how much more money. You got to know exactly what you want. Yet you don't have to know where it's going to come from. You do not have to understand all the basic principles between sending the picture to the person on the other side of the world for it to get there. All you have to do is know how to do it. Want is the only prerequisite for making a decision. That is so important, you should write it down. Write it somewhere that you're going to see it often. Maybe get a sign and put it up in your house. This is such powerful information, you'd think it would be taught in all schools. The truth is it's not. It's rather sad because it can be, but it's not. You only have to know what you want. It doesn't matter whether you've got the money. That makes no difference. It doesn't matter whether you've got the resources. That doesn't make any difference. It doesn't matter if you know the right people. It doesn't make any difference. Now this sounds so preposterous to a person that's never studied this. Listen, the money is here. You know that song, Love is in the Air? You know the song? Well, change the lyrics. The money's in the air. It is. When you're in harmony with it, you will never stop it flowing to you. Money goes where it's invited, and it stays where it's welcome. Listen to most people. The way they talk about money, you think it was the worst stuff in the world. I get so sick of it. I just never have enough money. Well, they're getting very angry. Why don't you change your attitude? Now, you see, that really sounds stupid. Here they are, they're in need of money, and somebody says, change your attitude. They don't even know what attitude is. Yet it sounds like we need so much more than attitude change. But really, that's all I changed. So you've got to understand what attitude is. See, there's a power flowing to and through you, Daisy. It's flowing right into your consciousness. It has no form. It's a clear, unadulterated power, and as it flows into your conscious mind, you have the ability to make out of it anything you want. And you know something? I don't know if you know what you want, but you are a persistent individual. You are naturally persistent. You're genetically designed that way. We can do anything. We've got the faculties to do the job. Most of us are going by what we hear, see, smell, taste, touch. But your lessons come from your inside world, not outside, inside. And you have to use your higher faculties. Perception, the will, reason, imagination, memory, intuition. Want is the only prerequisite for making a decision. You've got to get this, burn this into your mind. You don't even have to understand this in any depth. Just accept it. If you really want it, that's all you need. You don't need the money. You don't need to know how you're going to get it. You don't need to know any of that stuff. But you've got to really want it. You've done this. You've done this in different times, not really understanding what you've done. Look at this. Paradigms and cybernetics. Anybody that's read Psycho-Cybernetics was written by Napoleon Hill. It is so good. Cybernetics is the science of control and communication in the animal and some machines. Cybernetic controls your thermostat, or the thermostat controls the house. The cybernetic system's in the thermostat. It'll change the temperature of the house. It'll turn the heat on, turn it off, turn the air on, turn it off. Automatically when you deviate from the set goal. Goal's maybe to have the house at 69 or 70. It'll hold it at that. If somebody leaves the door open, it gets too hot or too cold, the thermostat will shift it. It'll change the air conditioning or the furnace. It's all done automatic. Well, most people's paradigm has them working toward a bad end. Most people's paradigm has them working toward debt. Most people's paradigm has them working towards dumb jobs. You must alter the paradigm if you desire to achieve improved results. A company operates on a paradigm. A country operates on a paradigm. It's called culture. You have a culture in your family. The family has a paradigm. Family operates a certain way. Well, this is something the family always does. And if one of the kids wants to go off, what the hell are you doing? We've always done this. It's a family. Oh. Let me let you in on a secret, Dad. I'm changing the paradigm. You got to be strong, but if you're going to be strong, you got to be aware. Awareness is power. We want to become aware. School focuses on the intellect, the degree. Be able to shape your future. You have to be willing and able to change your paradigm. Always be under construction. Always. Should never be satisfied with where you are. When I was a little kid, Grandma always told me I should be satisfied. Grandma was wrong. She was like an angel of God, a dear little old woman, but she was wrong. Your results should always be under construction. You always want to be improved. Now you got to ask, are you ready to change?